Are the side characters in your stories the most interesting characters to write? Hello, I'm Jason Inman, and this is Mythmakers, a writing podcast. My goal is to interview writers, actors, and creators on some of their favorite stories to dive deep and learn with you more about their storytelling process. I think how people contemplate their favorite movies and television gives us a mirror into their creative process, into how they make modern myths, if you will. My guest today is Nick Mundy. Now, you might know Nick Mundy from the Screen Junkie show and many other things on College Humor, Conan, basically anything funny on the internet, you're probably going to see Nick Mundy in it. But he's also an accomplished writer, including Nothing to Report on Comedy Central and an upcoming movie for Crackle. So let's talk to Nick and let's dive deep and talk about story. Thank you for joining me on Mythmakers, Nick.
Hey, thank you for having me, man. We haven't done one of these in a while.
We haven't, and we're going to do one of these about something that I think many people don't credit you for, writing.
Oh.
A lot of people don't know that secret of your life, I think.
Well, I'm less on the internet.
Yeah,
now.
That's true.
So, but yeah, that was always the name of the game.
Yeah, so let's really quickly before I want to ask you about your process, and then we're going to get to the regular questions.
Sure.
But I want to ask you, tell people about some of the things you've written, because you've written a lot more than people realize.
Sure. Okay. There used to be this show called Adam.com that was on Comedy Central. I wrote a bunch of sketches from there. And then I wrote a draft of me and my partners, Clint Gage and Michael Trulli, we wrote a draft of Tom and Jerry. Mm-hmm. For Warner Brothers, that will not get seen. We
because let's explain that this is something that a lot of people because this podcast is all designed about like exposing like how people write.
I've made money writing, but things that people will never see,
which is frustrating yet cool as a writer at the same time. I mean, the paycheck's cool.
But like if people saw it, then
that would be even better.
Money.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. Residuals are cool.
Yeah.
The residuals are the best thing.
Yeah.
So we've written a couple of things. We've done some rewrites too, some punch ups, which is just when someone writes a script and they're like, "Oh shit, we bought this, and let's pay some cheap funny boys."
It's not funny enough. Yeah.
Yeah, or funny enough, or good enough, or tight enough. So. And here's a little secret. Uh-oh. Look at your old drafts of scripts, and then you can punch it up, and then you can hate the person who wrote it, even though it's you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We just sold a script.
It is a great tip, actually, how to rewrite your script, is look at your script as if you didn't write it.
Yeah, and then hate that person.
And then just be like, this person's an idiot.
Yeah. We actually just sold a script that we wrote a couple years ago, but we just sold it now and had a similar situation. But we just sold a feature to Crackle.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes, but just similar situation.
Can you say the name of it, or you can't say the name of it?
Yeah, why not? Well, tentatively, it's called A CIA Agent Fucked My Girlfriend.
That's a great title. I can't wait to see it on a poster.
Yeah, for 4 years, we've been trying to come up with a different title.
Okay.
Usually the title for our things is just the thing that it is.
Exactly. Yeah, right on the dot.
Yeah, right on the nose. So we'll see how that goes, but we're in the process of selling that, and then, again, punching it up and changing some stuff, and like, it's been a couple years since we wrote that. We wrote 3 scripts, and we're in the process of casting for Wonder Twins for YouTube Red. I believe it's now YouTube Originals.
Oh yeah, wow, YouTube Original. That's where Wonder Twins is going.
That's where it was.
Oh, that's where it was.
And we got paid, and we were in casting, and it was going really well. And then YouTube Red wasn't going really well, and they were let's stop. They didn't think making a comedy about, I don't know,
Zan and Jaina.
Well, just a comedy about, this was like 6 weeks before Deadpool came out.
Oh, okay.
And so they didn't think making like a extreme PG-13 comedy about superheroes was going to play. So
wow, how wrong they are.
Maybe they weren't.
Yeah,
who knows?
I don't know.
Like, we had fun working with them. I mean, that's the thing. Like, getting something on screen's the hardest. Like, it's hard to write. It's hard to get paid to write. It's hard to get that paying thing to turn into something. You just keep doing it until you're dead. No, so yeah, I mean that was always acting and writing was always kind of the name of the game, and I've been writing a lot more lately, and I'm working on another pilot for some kid show I'm working on.
Nice.
Working on a book. There's just a couple of things I've been writing a lot more this year, and I've also coincidentally times in with I try to not be on the internet or Twitter, and because it's poison,
and it's probably made you more productive in terms of writing.
Yeah, well, it has. It's just not to lambast the other stuff I've done, but that can get talking about other people's stuff takes away from you focusing on your stuff.
It does. It kind of sucks your energy a little bit.
Good or bad.
Good and bad. Yep.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I mean, healthy discussion about art is good because it then also fosters ideas. Like I just saw the new Mission Impossible movie, and it's like, okay, I want to pour acid on Henry Cavill's pretty face because spoiler.
Yep. Big spoilers for that one.
And then cut out the part where it's not.
There's no editing in this podcast. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
You got to apologize to the listeners.
I'm sick this week. I apologize.
I also told Nick that we could reschedule it. He refused.
I have other things going on. There's baseball.
Let's talk about another thing before we get to your questions that I always ask everybody that comes on this podcast. Sure. And by the way, thank you for being. I think you're the fifth guest. Thank you for being the fifth guest in this podcast.
I saw the first one when you did with Riley, and I was like, I want in.
What is what's your writing process? What is your writing process like? Do you like to write in the mornings, afternoons? Do you listen to music? Like generally, just tell us how do you write?
Well, I have two partners. So if you're with partners, the first thing I would do is, if you're writing, read Ben Garant and Thomas Lennon's book about how to write movies and make money.
Oh, that's a great book. Yeah.
Read that book. And then what we do...
Isn't it called like something, How to Write?
That is not the title. That is not the accurate title.
No, it's something like make $1 million or something. So,
Ben Garant, Thomas Lennon, from the state. Now you're going to have to cut it.
No, I'm going to Google it. It's all staying in.
So what we do is because we tend to write features, we have to outline. Because there's three of us, we outline a shit ton. Like usually 25 pages, 30 pages of
that's
outlines.
Good.
Because when you outline, if you get lost, this can fill it in. And sometimes all you're worrying about is just dialogue. Granted, dialogue's important, but you're able to track and stuff.
Mm-hmm. The book, by the way, is Writing Movies for Fun and Profit.
Exactly. That's what I said, more or less. Just look up the author's names.
Yep.
So it's an outline. So sometimes it's just... Now, right now, I'm working on this pilot by myself that I'm going to bring the guys in. So it's just been me, and I didn't outline that much, which has been fun and also frustrating, but it's also just been a good exercise. Writing for me can... Like, sitting down and typing words is really hard for me sometimes. I can come up with ideas, and I cleaned up all my Post-it notes of ideas and arcs and stuff nonstop. I can brainstorm like crazy, which is important, and I think a huge part of the process. Otherwise, I'm useless. But sitting down and
forming it into a script.
Well, not even just a script, because like I can write like outline stuff, or I could just write pages of dialogue. But when I have to sit in front of final draft or writer's duet, then I'm like, oh, I better go check to see how the world is burning. Yeah, I'm doing things to work on that. No, but I can't work in with music playing. I can't. If I have any like type of like small distractions, what I'll do is, okay, I'm gonna write all week. Monday, I'm taking care of every sort of bullshit thing I have to do, errand-wise. And then the next 4 days, I'll try to write as much as possible.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then I also go to the library now.
Oh, just to escape the
public
house?
Library. Yeah. If I want to change it up.
You actually have a really good one right down the street.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't like going to... I never go to coffee shops, or... I used to go
They're
to...
too distracting. I can't do that either. I cannot write in a coffee shop.
I'll go to a bar and drink some beer if I'm outlining. Or generating ideas. But yeah, no. Right now it's just... I got a little writing nook I'm about to get rid of. And also I lay on the couch like a 16-year-old girl on a diary, or on my bed.
Except with your laptop or your notebook.
Yeah, and then just write that way. Like,
wow.
I'm like with my legs up, kicking back and forth.
If you want to hear more of this podcast, you can hear the full episode over at patreon.com/Jawiin. That's Jawiin. My patrons are the whole reason that this dream podcast of mine happened. So head over there and become a patron if you want to hear the full podcast episode. Thanks for listening.